This is the Holocene we are in. The Holocene is the latest interglacial. These are the former interglacials. Holocene and one, two, three, four former interglacials are visible in this graph. There are also one, two, three, four glacials or ice ages. What calls attention is that every glacial keeps dropping temperature. Even after the steep fall, it keeps dropping. Steep fall keeps dropping. Steep fall keeps dropping. Steep fall keeps dropping. So we're with 8 billion on this planet, and we have very developed economies. But developed economies is a nice word for very complex economies. So anything that goes wrong and you have a collapse, nothing to do with temperature, it has to do with economy. Yeah? But economy affects other things like diseases, etc. So anyhow, we have 8,000 years of in our actual Holocene, and we should be on the lookout to crash out like in the other ones, and we should need to be on the lookout to further rising because we're roughly, this is Antarctica, roughly around 0 degrees. So Antarctica is not melted. It still has ice. Here, I guess, I'm not sure. It would be nice if someone could confirm or claim wrong what I say. The temperature got quite a bit above 0 degrees, so I suppose that in the former interglacial that all the ice of Antarctica melted. Same for this one, same for this one, same for this one. So it could still happen. So we have to be on the lookout for crashing out, like all others crashed out. And we have to be on the lookout to rise and to melt Antarctica. And probably if Antarctica would melt, the Arctic would also completely melt. And as I said, we are 8 billion, and we maintain complex economies, vulnerable. So we would crash out, especially the West, but probably also all of Eurasia would crash out if we would crash out of the Holocene, the interglacial we are in, or if all ice would melt, would crash out anyhow. So it's important to understand why we have these cycles of roughly 100,000 years. Roughly 100,000 years. We should understand while we crash out, while we came in and we didn't crash out yet, and why it keeps going down all the way. And there's something interesting. We won't discuss carbon dioxide right now, but we will briefly discuss dust concentration. So while the temperature goes down in each glacial, in each ice age, the dust goes up, the dust goes up, the dust goes up, the dust goes up. The dust goes up, it cannot mean anything very well. It's probably a degeneration of the vegetation that is free of ice. Let's say what is free of ice? The Amazon forest and the tropical forests are free of ice. And according to consensus, the Amazon forest was reduced to 23 forest refuge. So it was not so intact as it is today, as it was in the Holocene. So it was not so intact. At least it was not at the end of the Ice Age because it's very long. It's about 100,000 years. So we think we see this collapse of the Amazon forest in the dust concentration. It's a guess because for now I did not research and I didn't find any confirmation other than that during the Ice Age, the Amazon forest was reduced to forest refuges. 23 or something like that in the Amazon forest and only 3 in Africa. So that's the only forest refuges I know of. And so there was this kind of degradation of the Amazon forest at the end of this one, but probably also at the end of this one because you also have dust concentration. This is about the dust concentration on Antarctica. So it's not so easy to for the dust of the whole planet to reach Antarctica and to reach the Arctic. So something serious is going on at the end of each glacial. We should understand all of this. First of all, where do these 100,000 year cycles come from? And we only know about agriculture in this period, nor consensus, nor alternative historians have any evidence of agriculture before. I still think there was agriculture, but the opportunity was never so favorable as in the last 8,000 years. That doesn't say there was no agriculture at our latitudes, and nothing says that the Amazon Amarants were not thriving in the Amazon forest because this is Antarctica, but in the Amazon forest and in the equatorial band and subtropical band, tropical and subtropical band, it's possible that humans were thriving, but certainly they were not thriving at our latitudes, the latitudes the West is in today. Hopefully, I explained the importance of these 100,000 year cycles for us, for existence of humans, and especially for the West, but also the East, for everything that is not tropical or intertropical. Uh, and we think that consensus doesn't care much about it, doesn't study these these cycles, these 100,000 year cycles, and nor does alternative historians do a lot. One who does and did is Michael Button. In some of his latest videos, he's a quite recent YouTube author, and in some of his latest videos, he tells us about this cycle and why he is worried about it, uh, and what he thinks about these cycles. What I tell does not contradict what he tells, and what he tells does not contradict what I told you in this and in the former video.